Today, I want to talk about the product rule. Now, what is it? So, if we're taking a derivative of a function times another function, this derivative, equals the derivative of the first function, so f prime of x, right, times g of x, so just the second function, plus just f of x times g prime of x. Okay? So let's put that into practice, right? I think it'll be a lot easier for us to understand once we do. So let's say we're taking the derivative of 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 times 3x plus 9. Now you could multiply this whole thing out, but I think it'd be a lot more convenient for us just to use the product rule. So how can we do this? Well, this thing right here is going to be our f of x, and this thing right here is going to be our g of x. So as we said before, the first thing we want to do is find the derivative of f of x, right? Because we're going to need to use that in our product rule. And that will be pretty simple to do. Let's just say that f prime of x equals, well, we can just use the power rule. So for this first thing, we bring down the 2 and we decrease it by 1. So we get 4x. Then over here, the derivative of 3x is just 3. Then the derivative of a constant is 0, right? And then let's find g prime of x. So that equals, well, the derivative of 3x is 3, and the derivative of 9 is 0. So g prime of x will equal 3. So then we want to use what we've just found to find the derivative of this entire thing. So as we said before, the first thing we want to do is take 4x plus 3 and multiply it by this right here, 3x plus 9. Then, that's the first bit. Then what do we want to do? Well, we want to take then just g prime of x, so the derivative of this, which is 3, and then multiply it by just f of x. So 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. And here is our derivative of this. Now, as you can see, that was a lot quicker than it would have been if we just took it and we multiplied this entire thing out, multiplied 2x squared by 3x plus 9, and so on, and then use the power rule for that. So we can use this to save a lot of time, and it's very, very nice for us to be able to do. Let's do one more example, and then I'll give you a problem for you to figure out on your own. Let's find the derivative of 3x to the 5th minus 2x to the 4th plus 3x times 3x squared minus 4. All right, we'll use this as our another example. So once again, this right up here is going to be f of x, and then this right here is going to be g of x, right? So what, as we said before, we want to just find the derivative of this. Well, the derivative of 3x to the 5th is 15x to the 4th, right? The derivative of negative 2x to the 4th is negative 8x to the 3rd, and then the derivative of 3x is 3. So here, this whole thing equals f prime of x, which means the derivative of f of x. Then g of x, we want to find the derivative of this. Well, 3x squared, right? We know that just use the power rule. It's 6x. Negative 4, well, a derivative of a constant is 0. All right? So then this 6x equals g prime of x. So now let's use what we found here, and let's put it into the product rule. So we take f prime of x, so 15x to the 4th minus 8x cubed plus 3, and then we multiply it times g of x. 3x squared minus 4. Then we take g prime of x, which is just 6x. So I'm going to write it down here. 6x times, well, f of x. 3x to the 5th minus 2x to the 4th plus 3x. And there we have our derivative. You can multiply this stuff out if you would like, but you don't have to. So this, as stated before, we could once again go multiply every single one of these by 3x squared minus 4. That's going to take a lot of time. It's not going to be very fun. You'll probably make an error somewhere along the way, or you could just use the product rule. That's why it's so exciting. So I'm going to leave you with an example for you to figure out, and I strongly suggest that you do this. Find the derivative of 3x to the 8 minus 8x to the 5th plus 4x squared minus 3. Then this whole thing times 2x squared minus x minus 3. See if you can figure this one out. This one's a little bit longer than what we've just done. If you can figure that out, I think you'll be set, at least on the basics of the product rule. Thank you for watching my video. Let me know if I said anything wrong or if you have anything additional to add. Have a great day.